Hi, it's Roger here with an episode of Entrepreneur TV from Venice in Italy. And as you can see, it is just sunrise here. The sun's just coming up. Behind me is the Doge Palace. And then you can also see the Campanile. And that is St. Mark's Square in there. And for many of you who have read my book, The Millionaire Master Plan, you'll know that the 9 levels that I talk about in terms of the wealth spectrum are based on a lighthouse. And the lighthouse was inspired originally by the lighthouse of Alexandria. So Alexandria, way back 2,000 years ago, was the center of trading between the East and the West. It's where the Library of Alexandria was created, which housed all of the scrolls from around the world, all the world's knowledge. And the lighthouse was seen as a symbol of both the call to adventure for people who were leaving out to sea, and then those who were also coming home. So it was also seen as a symbol of safety. And so I use the lighthouse as the symbol for wealth and how we create wealth and then contribute it back. And what's so amazing about the story of Venice is how linked it is with Alexandria. So the theme of this video is who is your twin? And it is linked to the Entrepreneur Blueprint, which I'm very excited has just come out. And the Entrepreneur Blueprint is all about a vision for the future based on what has come before us. The fact that there have been renaissances before, the fact that there have been individuals before who have not been part of the main system that have ended up creating an entirely new system and a new paradigm for a new tomorrow. And if we go right back 2,000 years ago, at the time when Alexandria was at its peak, Venice at that point was seen as almost like a twin to Alexandria as a trading port. And it was at that point a much, much smaller trading port. It was almost like a fishing village, but it got its inspiration from Alexandria. And there was one person in particular that was an inspiration to the Venetians, and that was St. Mark's. So St. Mark's, after the stories in the Bible, he actually traveled out after the death of Jesus to Alexandria. He created the Church of Alexandria. He ended up getting killed for his beliefs, but not before actually creating an entirely new movement with Christianity through Africa. And so he and his remains were in Alexandria. And so what happened was, as the story goes, that a number of people, from a number of Venetians who had traveled out there, managed to steal his remains, bring them back to Venice. And as a result of that, the Doge, and this here is the Doge Palace. So the Doge is the leader of Venice. Beautiful palace behind me. He decided that he was going to make St. Mark's the main symbol for all of Venice. You can see behind me the Sphinx up on the column there. The Sphinx is the symbol of St. Mark, and you can see here the Campanile, where the Campanile was actually modeled after the lighthouse of Alexandria. You can see there's 8 levels above, and there's a basement below. There's 9 levels there, and you can see everywhere the symbolism of the winged lion or the Sphinx. And you can see St. Mark's in the background, St. Mark's Basilica, which is behind a little bit of scaffolding there, which was all created with many friezes inside telling the story of St. Mark, and they've got images of the lighthouse of Alexandria in there as well. And what then happened is, as a result of not just seeing themselves as a twin to Alexandria, which was a far more successful and advanced city at that point in Egypt, but at the same time modeling themselves as a trading point, which at that point allowed them to take that concept of being a twin, being a spiritual connection in terms of how the two of them will link together. And as a result of that, Venice went on to become one of the greatest cities in the world. So who is your twin? Who is the person or the role model that you look at as the person that you're going to get connected to, the one you're going to understand the symbolism of, the ones that you're going to actually follow the path of, so that you yourself are taking yourself to wherever it is that you want to be in life as well. This is like the most incredible time of day, because you normally find thousands of people right here in St. Mark's Square, but because it's so early in the morning, you can see that there's actually very few people here at the moment. You can see there 2 columns and the amazing view that's going out to sea there as well. And this is what's so exciting for me, to be here in Venice at a time when Entrepreneurs Institute is creating a brochure, a document that you can read, which is called our Blueprint 2030. And this is about a vision for the next 15 years of our world and how entrepreneurs are a part of that world as well. And you'll find 4 pathways in there, and those 4 pathways link to the 4 stages of entrepreneurship. So the first pathway is the pathway for the apprentice entrepreneur. It's amazing, during the Renaissance, it was the apprenticeships that actually created the likes of Michelangelo and the likes of Leonardo da Vinci. They didn't go to formal education. They went and worked in a studio with a master, and from there they learned the craft by doing, as opposed to by just simply book learning. And we're going back to a similar Renaissance, I believe, in terms of how individuals can make the biggest difference in the world by bringing out your art, by bringing out what you care about most, and then knowing that through apprenticeships you're going to be able to learn the art of entrepreneurship. And after the apprentice level, you then have got the startup entrepreneur, who is the one who is moving up the levels of the lighthouse. And the startup entrepreneur is the one who is getting mentored by those who are more experienced, using your own resources to get started. And then that then leads to the exponential entrepreneur, where it's not the same as in the past, where you had to go out and build a large corporation with many, many people. We have now got exponential technologies and ways that you can actually grow your business at a super fast level if you decide to, but that comes as a result of understanding what the tools are to be able to scale your business. So the exponential entrepreneur is that person who's already created a startup, who knows how important it is to have the right systems and people and culture around you, and then as a result of that are using the latest tools to be able to scale your business to grow 5-10% every single month, and make a global difference in the world. And then that then leads finally to partnerships, which is just like setting sail and heading off to an entirely different country, and having an opportunity to then bring back whatever you trade with that country, and vice versa, is finding out what's best that you have that you can actually be trading with others as well. And that's the 4th level. These 4 pathways that we've created are not just out of thin air. They have so much to do with the times of the past, where things were seen in terms of a base level, a foundation level, and then how that foundation then led up to the 1st floor, the 2nd floor, the 3rd floor. And you're going to see that even here you have that exact same 4 levels showing up in St. Mark's Basilica as well. This is the center of St. Mark's Square. I'm going to leave you here with a message, which is: who is your twin? Who do you see as the place around the world, the company, the individual that for you is a role model, for you is someone forging a new pathway forward, where you want to be modeling where you're at and what you want to be doing, not to be exactly the same as them, but to be actually taking the best principles of who they are and then adding to that what makes you unique, to be able to build the future life for you, your friends, your family, and more importantly, your legacy. This is Roger from a beautiful little spot in St. Mark's Square, with St. Mark's Basilica behind me, with the Doge Palace, with the Campanile, looking right back to the lighthouse of Alexandria, saying, I wish you all the very best, not just for the next 15 days, but the next 15 years, and I really hope that you choose to share your journey with me.